All right, we're going to call this regular council meeting to order for May the 12th. It's 3 p.m. And I'd ask Councillor Messaros to please read the land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. The town of Innisfail acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, within the historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on.
All right. Thank you, Councillor Messaros. I just want to mention that it's Economic Developers Week this week from May 12th to 16th. So if you see our economic developer, say hi and thank you to him. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Okay, could I please have someone make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay will make that motion.
Right, thank you. All in favor? All right, carried, thanks. Then we'll go into 3.1 and the regular council meeting minutes for April the 28th. When somebody's ready, have a motion. Councillor Bates.
I'll move the April 28th minutes for adoption.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And then the agenda and priorities meeting for May the 5th. Have a motion, please, to adopt those minutes.
I'll make that motion, Mayor Barclay.
Thank you, Councillor Wing. All in favor? Okay, carried. Thanks. Okay, we'll move on to 4.1, and I'll ask Director Leith to please introduce our Protective Services staff.
Our team for Protective Services. Unfortunately, Derek's not here. He got called into court late this morning, so he's now appearing in court on one of our files. So to the right, we have Zach Longstaff. Zach has been here since October of last year. Was formerly our summer student as our bylaw officer. Worked for the summer villages. Has been sort of leading the charge with our shared duties with the town of Penhold. Alison Cock, our new summer student, who's this third year in attendance, and has helped with the back alley rehabilitation piece. And last but by no means least, our new peace officer, Brock de Zuba. Brock comes from SPCA, still waiting for his appointment. Hopefully we should get that fairly soon, but this is our team. Zach, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Zach. Always like town of Innisfail. I feel supported, and I want to support the community in that way. So, thanks for having me here.
I'm Allison. It's third year after Zach, so tough shoes to fill because he's now full-time. I live in Sylvan Lake, but I've been here 3 years. I think that I've gotten to know the community quite a bit. I've got my diploma, and I'm working towards my BA with a minor, so still in school.
Hello everyone, I'm Brock. I'm fairly new here, but as Gary had said, that I had worked with the SPCA. I did animal control for about 4 years, so I have a little bit of background in that. Zach and I both attended Lac-La-Biche County Peace Officer training, so I finished in November, and this is I'm very excited to be a part of here to start my peace officer career. And I have 2 young children too, so I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to kind of move here and kind of grow and be a part of the community too.
All right, well, that's terrific.
Thank you.
Welcome, and welcome, Brock, to the team, and welcome back, Allison, and hi, Zach. So thanks for all the great work that you do in the community. Appreciate it very much. Okay. Watch out behind you. Okay, we'll move into 4.2 with the CEO report with CEO Becker.
Thanks, Mayor Barclay. Hello, Council. Just a couple items. One is over to the Director Kennedy with
just wanted to just highlight one portion on second page. That is administration, the elections team is putting together a running for council event for training. So that's going to happen June 10th, 6 to 7:30 in this office. Likely will be one in earlier or mid-September too. So just put that on your radar. We'll start to put that out to the community if it's not already to promote it, to see who's interested in learning more about what it takes to be an elected official. And put it over to Director Kennedy for some comments.
Sure. Yeah, just a quick update for council. We do have our Earth Day again. We are putting on with John Mansville and the 2 schools. We are putting it over 2 days this time. We weren't able to coordinate the schools. So it is May 22nd from 11 to 1 is the first day, and then the second day will be May 27th from 11 to 1 as well. Obviously, council and mayor, you're obviously welcome. They'll coordinate a barbecue with both days, and then plantings within the area. It's just outside of Diamond 8 this time, between 60th and 42nd. They've picked 2 areas of kind of a clumping of treat areas. And then this year we also decided to go with a little bit larger pots instead of the seedlings in order to try and get a more hardy catch this year. So, yeah, quick update.
All right, sounds great. Anything else, CO Becker? No? Okay, all right. Just have somebody please. Thanks. Anybody have any questions for Director Kennedy or CO Becker?
I have
Councillor
one
Messaros?
question. Yeah, thank you, Mayor Barclay, through to CO Becker. Is there any expectation of council on June 10th?
Mayor Barclay to Councillor Messaros to the question. No expectations. It's a pre-election candidate forum, so those that are interested in learning about that as a candidate, even if you're an elected official now, you're certainly welcome to attend. We'll likely bring in some folks that have elected official experience, as we did, I guess it's 7 years ago. That's where I met Councillor Heistad. So yeah, likely we'll use some experienced folks to help us with that, but we have not planned that out yet. But for those that are on this council are more than welcome to attend, just to learn what that information is. Whether you want to run or not, that's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Bates?
Just one quick one.
We have a motion. All in favor? All right, carried. Thank you. And we'll move on to 4.3, Deputy Director Emergency Management with Director Leith.
Yeah, so the purpose is to appoint new Deputy Directors of Emergency Management. At the meeting of the Emergency Advisory Committee held on April 24th this year, the committee supported the recommendation from the Director of Emergency Management to appoint Megan Jenkins and Stephen Kennedy as Deputy Directors of Emergency Management. This committee is required, as per our Emergency Management Bylaw, to advise Council of these appointments. The Directors have completed the required training to hold the emergency management designations, and this role was previously held by a member of the Fire Department. This aligns with the strategic plan to maximise health, safety and well-being of residents and provide enhanced levels of the organisation.
All right, thank you, Director Leith. Can I please have someone make the recommended motion? Councillor Heistad?
Thanks, Your Worship. I recommend that Council approves the appointment of Director Megan Jenkins and Stephen Kennedy as Deputy Directors of Emergency Management.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Director Leith? No. All in favor? Okay, carried. Then we'll move on to 4.4 and Council Action Control. Just have somebody please make a motion that we accept the Council Action Control as presented. Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay will make that motion.
Thank you. Any questions? No? All in favor? Carried. And we'll move into Operational Services 5.1 with Director Kennedy and the Sidewalk Catchbasin Replacement Program.
Thanks, Mayor Barclay. So this is one of our operating projects for the year. So the program does focus on the replacement of sidewalk sections throughout town that have been identified as trip hazards, damaged sections, heaved, ponding sections that need to be added for continuity, or areas that have been identified in the pedestrian safety review that was completed earlier last year. There are approximately 25 locations identified in this year's program. The request for quotes was posted on APC and the town website. This was closed on May 2nd, where we did receive 6 submissions for bid. Submissions ranged from the low bid at $174,370 up to $431. So quite a variety of pricing. Upon review, there was no unbalanced items within the bids, where we are providing the recommendation to go to Collins Concrete, who has actually completed our program for the last 5 years in total. So the project is under the budgeted amount, just barely, but under the budgeted amount of 175. This will be funded from the roads and storm sewer operating project budgets, as well as the Trans-Canada grant that we received earlier this year as well.
Right, thank you, Director Kennedy. Can I please have someone make the recommended motion? Councillor Wing.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I would move that council approve the award of the 2025 Sidewalk and Catchbasin Replacement Program contract to Collins Concrete and Bobcat Ltd. for $174,370 to be funded from the roads and storm sewer operating budgets and Trans-Canada Trail Accessibility Grant.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Councillor Heistad.
Thank you, Worship. To Director Kennedy, just with the high bid, like sometimes I'm blown away, like seeing some of those numbers, like they're just way out. With this company, are they, where are they located? I'm curious, and at the end of the day, like when we follow up with these groups, when we do our bidding system, do we give them the heads up that we've gone? I'm assuming we've gone with the lowest bid or the bid that we're looking for, but just those numbers are just astronomical, and it just baffles me that you can be out that much.
Councillor Heistad, we don't typically follow up with all the bidders that submitted. We post this after the fact, so we rely on them to check. If they have any questions, we will do a debrief with them. As for numbering, it's pricing, it's a variance. Even Proform Concrete, who's typically submits bids for us, we're quite high as well this year. So it really comes down to, I think, their availability and throwing a number at a project, really. Yep.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor of the motion? Okay, carried unanimously. Okay, we'll move on to 6.1, RFD for the SDAB appointment with Director Vickers.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Barclay. So the town of Innisfil has received a subdivision and development appeal, which must be heard within 30 days in accordance with the MGA. However, the town has recently had a resignation from our SDAB board, and we no longer meet the required minimum membership requirements set out in Section 4 of our bylaw. So our bylaw says we must have 5 members, and we currently only have 4 active members. So we have 3 citizens at large and 1 councillor, and it's not sufficient to legally convene a hearing. As a result, we must appoint an additional member in order to proceed. To ensure the appeal can be heard within the required timeline, as well as in compliance with both the MGA and our bylaw, administration is recommending appointing a qualified SDAB member from Red Deer County to temporarily serve on Innisfil's board for the purpose of this hearing. Red Deer County SDAB members are already provincially trained and would allow the town to meet both legislative and bylaw requirements. And this temporary appointment ensures the town can proceed with the appeal within the required time frame while maintaining our procedural integrity. However, we do have a bit of good news. We have recently received 2 applications from residents who are interested in serving on this board. They will be brought before council shortly to fill that membership. However, they won't be completed in time and have the necessary training before we must conduct this hearing. So I'm just looking for the motion identified there.
All right. Thanks, Director Vickers. Could I please have someone make the recommended motion? Councillor Bates.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll move that council appoint Alex Peters to temporarily serve on the town's Subdivision and Development Appeal Board for the upcoming appeal hearing.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions?
I have a question through to Director Vickers. We have 2 trained councillors for SDAB, so I'm confused when we now say that we only have 1.
Mayor Barclay through to Councillor Wing, we're only allowed to have 1 councillor at
Sitting
large,
at the-
sitting
at-
on,
right,
yes,
okay,
correct.
okay, that's fine, thank you. Wanted to clarify that.
Okay. All in favor of the motion? All right, carried. Thank you. We'll move into correspondence and information. Just have somebody make a motion that we accept this as information, please. Councillor Messaros.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I will move that we accept this as information.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we'll move into council reports. We'll begin with Councillor Dunham today.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. My report is there. I have nothing to add, and I have no meetings or committee assignments this week.
Thank you. And Councillor Wing.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I did not get my report submitted last week. My apologies for that. I did attend the Bill 54 summary webinar in council chambers last week, as well as the Victory in Europe celebration on May the 8th at the Legion Cenotaph. Very moving ceremony, meaningful for everyone that was there, absolutely for sure. This morning, I actually went to Lacombe and attended a retirement lunch at Parkland Library. Donna Williams, who's been their CFO for the past 28 years, is retiring. Thursday is her last day. So I went and said thank you and farewell on behalf of the town. Parkland Board meets this week, as does RDR Mug.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Bates.
Yes, my report is there and attended many of the same things as others. I do have a rather fulsome Mountain View Water Commission meeting this week.
Sounds good. Councillor Messaros.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I also attended the VE Day 80th anniversary event and was such an honor to be there. And just in terms of the Chamber Board, we've had a little bit of extra effort this last week and coming into the next week with strategic planning.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Heistad.
Thanks, Your Worship. Just the on my screen, I actually went to McHappy Day, Bill 54, RCMP barbecue, and the VE Day celebration last week. So I'll move that report.
All right, thank you. And my reports there, just going to, a couple of things. I thought the Clay Dyer presentation last week at the library was absolutely excellent. And I think the people that were there, the nonprofits that were there, were very much appreciative of the information that he brought forward and relieved somewhat to know that there's somebody out there that they can reach out to and apply for grants. And then this morning, and I'm going to call on Director Leith, put him on the spot here a little bit to fill in, but I was asked to attend to bring the land acknowledgement and some greetings from the town to a emergency social services event at the library today on behavior and disaster. And I'm going to let Director Leith take it from here and maybe explain to council what was going on, because I wasn't there for very long, only an hour, but it was excellent.
Yeah, so the event was organised through Red Deer County and our own ESS, Kristen. It brought a number of municipalities in within central region of Alberta. So we had Lacombe County, the city of Lacombe, Ponoka County with Aspen, Red Deer County, Clearwater and Mountain View, were all coming to look at ESS. A lot of this was initiated through City of Red Deer, Carol Lind, as they anticipate potentially this year the Rocky Mountain House area and Mountain View County and Clearwater being an area of vulnerability where they could expect potential evacuees being moved into this area. So it's how we would set up reception centres, how we would deal with that. And the first speaker, I think, Your Worship stayed for that, was how to accommodate Indigenous persons who were potentially relocated as a result of wildfire. So really great event. It was good to see that initiated. Certainly a lot of learning for all of us, and gives us a lot of planning potential as well on how we can provide those supports.
Yeah, no, thank you for all that and for the organization, and it's great to see Central Alberta coming together in that manner and preparing for who knows what. So we'll move on to 9.1 and upcoming events. I'll just have somebody please make a motion to accept the upcoming events as information. Councillor Dunham.
Mayor Barclay will make that motion that we accept them.
Thank you. All in favor? All right, carried. And then we'll have a motion to go in camera, please. Councillor Messaros.
Thank you. I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Okay, thank you.